Hi, you're watching Sipping Off the Cuff on TequilaAficionado.com and Tequila Aficionado Media. I am Mike Morales here in San Antonio, and that young man over there is...
Rick Levy in San Diego. We're back from our hiatus, Mike.
Yes, you and I are back. We're back. We're bad. And we have a very stunningly beautiful bottle that we're going to... I don't think anybody's ever heard of this tequila. Check this out. Look what we're doing tonight, folks.
It's too big for our frame of video.
Yeah.
We have to zoom out.
Zoom out.
It's a very elegant bottle.
Yes.
It's really substantial. It is, this lid on here it's steel or something. You know, you could...
It's a hubcap.
You'd knock somebody out with this thing, but it is, it's really impressive.
Yeah, it's impressive to a fault almost, because this thing is really heavy. The last time I had a bottle this heavy was the original Maestro Dobel. Was a very heavy, substantial bottle, and I can only imagine what it costs to ship a case of this stuff.
Yeah. It's a 750, but it's like 3 feet tall.
What's the name? What's the name? You're the guy who speaks French. What's the name?
Allaire Collection Privee, aged crystal tequila. So it's actually a reposado that's been filtered to be clear.
Yes, a reposado. Well. I think what happens is because it's been filtered through, I believe that technically is considered a reposado. But what does the paperwork say? Because it's a little confusing, because we'll have to tell you the background story. First of all, I got to say, if Aquaman loved tequila, this would be his bottle.
Yeah.
Jason Momoa needs this bottle.
So what it's a family of 3 brothers. Is it 3 brothers?
Yes.
That they're the brain trust behind this, and they have a vodka, a rum, and a tequila, and they're all in matching bottles. And this copper hook here on the other 2, they have a trident. And they have a...
What did I tell you? This is Aquaman's tequila, man.
Yeah. So they have a trident, and then
some other symbol.
What is the other one? Oh, it's an anchor. Oh. So for their main brand logo, they have a sort of a shield with an anchor in it. So their rum as well is, I believe it's an aged rum that's been filtered. So they've made them all clear.
There's a theme here, right? Okay. The interesting thing is, Rick, when I read the paperwork that came to us from the PR company, they call themselves the Bar Company Luxury Spirits. That's the name of the 3 brothers. That's their company. And it's Javier, Andres, and Santiago. Their background really surprises me, because they apparently made a killing in tortillas.
Tortillas.
Yeah. Now, I don't know about you.
They were raking in the dough.
Oh! Can we cut that one? No. But here's the thing. If it were me and I was making that much money making tortillas, I would just up-level my tortillas. Why can't we just have luxury tortillas? Why do they have to have luxury spirits in a bottle that looks like it'll kill you? First of all, this is great in the club, all right?
Yeah.
But on a shelf anywhere in a store, I don't know. But I love, not to say that I don't love the packaging. I love that it's so impractical.
Well, exactly. So I'm about to pour my tequila from this giant bottle into my little nosing glass, and I have to start pouring from about 3 feet away.
My shoulders are sore, man. They're tired.
And I have
holding that bottle.
I have to hope that I hit the glass. So I don't know, in a bar, bartenders, how, I guess you have to, it's not like something you can put on a table and then
This is a
pour
tequila that has
glass.
to be poured by the bouncer.
Yeah.
Somebody with some shoulder muscles. Now look at the bubbles, though. Check it out. Check it out. Look at the bubbles. You have bubbles.
Yeah. And but this is just it's 80 proof, so 40% alcohol by volume. But I guess what they're doing is they're saying that they are using select agaves. They're not saying estate agaves. So my guess is they're just being very picky about their commodity agaves.
Could be. For the sake of information, they are out of distillery Nome 1479, Compañía Tequilera Hacienda La Capilla. And they make such brands as El Amo, which I've had before. They have Cavallino, which is very popular. They're out of Katy, Texas, and I've had them before. As a matter of fact, we met with the owners of that tequila at the nightclub and the Texas Nightclub and Bar Show, which this year will be in San Antonio. Goza comes out of that distillery as well. Goza is one of our Brands of Promise winners, as well as Ambar. Ambar is still listed on this, and a bunch of other ones. It's a fairly large maquiladora, and they have some names that I recognize. Torres Real is one that we've contacted us, so we may or may not get tequila from those folks. Wansas I've had before. They were very popular in Illinois for a little while. Titanium is another one of our Brands of Promise. So it's interesting. You got like some hits and misses with this distillery. So I'm kind of anxious to give this one a try. Now, this is supposed to be a filtered tequila, but it's fairly clear, Rick.
Yeah.
Now they're saying
I think it lives up to the crystal appellation.
It says that they are not using any additives or anything like that. So it's what you see is what you get. Mm-hmm. At least you wouldn't put an additive in your tortilla. So why would you do it in your booze, right?
Well, and their goal is to really just try to be going super high end with all of this. They're aging it in for 6 months in bourbon barrels before they go through their filtration process.
Is it bourbon or cognac? Because I know that the cover letter says cognac, but this is the actual paperwork. No, you're right. It's bourbon. You're absolutely right. It is bourbon. So, I stand corrected. I love the nose.
Yeah.
The nose is good.
Yeah, I'm getting baked agave.
There's some alcohol.
A little bit of apple in there. It's, I understand these are Highlands agaves. But, there's an herbal factor to it as well.
Yes, there is. It's clean. I mean, the nose is really good.
Yeah, I'm not picking up any defects in the aroma from fermentation or distillation.
Not at all. Just
I think they're
little alcohol at the bottom, but that's where it belongs.
And I think they're probably being liberal with their cuts on the heads and the tails in the distillation process.
They, the legs and tiers are sheeting. They're not runny, but they're not sticking to the glass either. It's just a nice even sheeting. It looks good, man. I know we were giving them a lot of heck for the bottle, but there's some floral notes in that retronasal. I'm getting some floral. Wow.
Nice
Wow.
burst of pepper on the palate.
Yes.
Definitely still the baked agave in there. Are you able to pull out barrel notes?
Not not heavily.
Well,
I'm
6 months in a barrel, you wouldn't necessarily, it wouldn't have a big impact on it. It would be just enough to kind of round it out a little, right?
Yeah, I don't, frankly, I don't know why they went through the filtering process. Maybe because they wanted it to look as pristine as possible. But, companies like Herradura used to age their Blanco. They used to call it a Blanco Suave because they would age it in a barrel just enough long enough and pull it out before they had to call it a Reposado.
Yeah.
And it was it gave
what they can do up to 2 months?
Yeah.
Is it?
And it had kind of a pale straw color tinge, I suppose, because the filtering is just an extra step and some labor intensity there.
Yeah, I don't really understand this whole crystal thing that's going on in the industry, but I guess if they want all of their trio of alcohols to match, and if they're trying to create this pristine image, then maybe that's it.
Maybe that's it. And it justifies the cost probably. I don't know what the MSRP is.
So how much would you pay?
I don't know. Would I pay for something like this? No, because I pick it up and I know I'm paying for a lot of it for the packaging. Which, by the way, I'm going to go on record. I know we were giving it a lot of hell, but I'm going to go ahead and nominate it for the packaging. I have to nominate it. It screams.
It is.
Look at me, Yeah.
And it'll look great on your yacht or at the club.
It'll look great on your tortilla shelf. Come on.
When you want to impress your friends, the bottle.
Yeah, you have the tortilla press. You've got the tequila. Hey,
And I gotta say, the juice does not disappoint.
No, it doesn't. It's actually this is one of those winners out of that distillery. Like I said, it was like hit and miss on some of those brands, but this
and it's it's an obscure distillery. It's not like one of the more prestigious ones, but
they got a lot of brands coming out of it. So 10,000 Frenchmen can't be wrong. I don't know. I mean, they even gave it that French name. They gave it a crest. You probably have to get the bottle to actually see it, because so you don't see my face on it. But
no, I can see it.
Yeah, it's got that. I think aren't these guys like big sailors or yachters or I don't know. I don't know how you.
I'm not sure.
How do you go from tortillas to yachting?
With the materials we got from the brand, it really was talking more about the entrepreneurship of the three brothers rather than the production process of the tequila. They apparently have a commitment to high quality, and they did some research before they went into the production process.
Yeah, there was
but we really don't have a lot of information on their process.
No, it says that there's a culmination of 3 years of research. They had a lot of, because they were in the food business, they had a lot of experience with the distribution aspect of food. So I get that. I get that they think the way it's written, it's like a natural progression to go into the spirits aspect of this whole thing.
But it's not like they have a history in tequila.
No, they don't.
They're from Mexico, but they wanted to have a spirits line.
Here's what's interesting. There's a line in this. I just love bad copy. Having seen this is directly off the copy. Having seen firsthand how many spirit companies sell their product through marketing and not quality, they knew that the same formula they used to spread the word about their tortillas would work for spirit brands. Unless you have your tortillas in a package like this, I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
I think there's a big stretch. I think the guys.
So here's the kicker, though.
Okay.
All right.
Tell us what the kicker is.
Their MSRP on this is $135 a bottle.
What is it without the tequila?
You just want an empty bottle?
Yeah. Can I pay 75 for the bottle? Because I can.
After I finish it, you can send me $75. I'll give you the bottle. I have seen at least one place where they had it for 112, but still, we're talking a premium price point for for a good tequila.
You know what? If they threw in a package of tortillas, probably. I'm sorry. They tried really, really hard to be serious about this. So I will give these guys props for putting it out there. But would I pay this much for this tequila and that bottle?
I could have 3 bottles of something that one of the Camarena brothers made.
Exactly. Not to say this is not a. I will say, Rick, should we nominate this as a brand of promise in the Reposado, the Crystal Reposado category? We're going to have to give it its own division. What do you think? Do you think that the
all right, other brands out there, send us your Crystal Reposados so we can have a competition.
They have the stripped down añejos, right? The añejos claros. Yeah. Don Julio has them. Luna Azul has them. It's beginning to be a trend. Obviously, it started with Maestro Dobel, but now everybody wants one. We're laughing, but
this doesn't taste like a. This doesn't. It doesn't taste like a reposado though. But Maestro Dobel, you taste it. You look at it. It looks like a blanco, but you taste it, and you know it's a reposado.
Right. The original Maestro Dobel, before they went to completely diffuser, was really a really great tequila. And the newer version, the more stripped down version, isn't a shadow of what the original one was really like. I'll be the first one to tell you. But yeah, you can still smell the wood notes. I don't smell. And I don't think that's what they went for. I think they were trying to soften the Blanco.
Yeah.
And if it were me, eliminate the extra filtration, make it a Blanco Suave instead, and bring your price down. By at least $20, $30.
Well, they have a suitcase where they sell the 3 spirits together in one set, and
how much is it? I hate to ask, how much is it?
I forget, but it is impressive.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's our take on Allaire Privee. What was it? The collection?
Private collection.
I will have to say, I've got to nominate it because it really is unusual and unusual packaging. In its own separate category. I think it's a very worthy tequila.
And it's got a great profile. A nice, great agave profile. If somebody puts it in front of you, definitely enjoy it.
Yeah, don't say no. But if somebody tries to make you buy it, at least it's a tequila with character, because there are other ones at $276 that have no character at all, that they're crystal bottles. So, you guys.
Yeah, and this is just a double distill. This isn't like a 5 or 6 times distilled tequila like some other crystal brands.
Yeah, those other ones. But I like it. It's not. It's really. It doesn't suck. You know what I mean? And it's like I say, I've had several brands coming out of this distillery, and they're hit or miss. Some people might like a few of them coming out of there. Some people might not. But I think this is a very worthy brand. I just don't know how many people are going to have the pocketbook to afford it.
Yeah.
Unless
I would say it does very well on the basis of image. Yes. It does very well on the basis of profile. But that price point's going to be the weak spot.
Yeah, I think so too. And honestly, there's probably a way to fix this bottle so it's not so heavy and substantial, because I think in just the shipping alone, it has to be a fortune. But you know, that's not our job. That you know,
if you're out on your yacht and you know you need to get somebody drunk and then beat them over the head and push them into the water.
Oh, you mean like Natalie Wood? Oh no, wait. Are you listening, Bob Wagner? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that. Hey, you know what? That's our take on Allaire. That's as close as I'm going to get to my French. My French, you know, obviously it's not a French tequila, but they're really trying to attract that high end customer, and will they or won't they? Who knows? You know, that's up to you guys. But if you want to try it, you might want to go someplace where they actually carry it and order a snifter, right? What would a snifter like this cost, man? What is it, $40-50 a shot?
Probably, you know, if you're at an exclusive resort and you know they just have these, you know, luxury names up on the bar and you have to choose between them, choose this one.
Choose that one. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I totally agree. I'm Mike Morales here in San Antonio.
Rick Levy in San Diego.
You've been watching Sipping Off the Cuff on TequilaAficionado.com, Tequila Aficionado Media, and YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe down in the YouTube button. Just hit that red button and subscribe. Because you
enjoy our selection of other videos.
Try our selections. And as we like to say here, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely.